Hello everyone, I am Sorrento the Awesome, and I'm back, and I'm ready to look at some more r/InsaneParents. But before I get started, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and if I can't convince you, perhaps this picture of my cat looking like Superman will convince you. Without further ado, let's get into this. So his first post here says, why? Just, why would you do this? And this person here says, "Hi Bobs, so this is a bit of a TMI post. My 4-year-old daughter co-sleeps with me and my husband. She's usually a very deep sleeper, but last night this was not the case. So hubby and I were having some adult time, and we are usually pretty quiet and discreet since we never want to wake the little one, nor has she ever. But this time, we maybe were a bit too enthusiastic, like extreme bed-shaking type of enthusiasm, and my daughter wakes up and yells, 'Stop it, guys!' And I was absolutely horrified." Hey, quick question. Why would you do that, with your child next to you? I mean, that probably might not be the best idea there, my friend. Anyways, this person goes on to say, "We told her that I was trying to get off the bed and bumped my head into the headboard, so it was a little bang that we were sorry that we scared her. She took that explanation and went back to sleep, and thankfully hasn't mentioned it again today. Not looking for advice or anything. Someone please tell me I am not alone and their kids have witnessed such acts, and that we haven't scarred her for life, lol. I think it's time for this little girl to start sleeping elsewhere." Yeah, I'm gonna probably give this like a 40 out of 50. I mean, you didn't think that, hey, maybe it's probably about time that your daughter maybe get her own room? I mean, that she could sleep in? I mean, I get it if she gets like night terrors or something like that, but, if you want to do something like that, that probably might be about time for your daughter to get her own personal room. And this next post here says, "Spanking Infants, Part 2. And this is kind of a sequel to the previous one. And this person here says, "How do I get my husband to understand that our son is 4 months old and does not benefit from spankings? He doesn't spank very hard, but it still makes the baby cry even harder, and he also screams in his ear, and it makes the baby more upset." Okay, quick tangent. It's kind of like with somebody who works retail. Surprisingly enough, screaming at them doesn't get things done faster. And also another thing, if they're old enough to understand why you're mad at them, you probably shouldn't be yelling at them, and if they're not old enough to understand why you're mad at them, probably shouldn't be yelling at them. Anyways, this person here goes on to say, "And it angers me a lot. I love my husband so much, but when I see him lose his temper with our kid, it scares the crap out of me, and I just want to smack the living daylights out of him for doing that to our son." Yeah, I mean, okay, look, I wouldn't advocate for violence necessarily, but I would say that probably might need a bit of a smack upside the head and tell him to stop doing that. Anyways, this person goes on to say, "Even though it's not doing any real harm, I still hate it. Well, it's doing a lot of harm mentally." Anyways, this person goes on to say, "Am I in the wrong? What do I do? I just don't know. All I know is that I don't feel right about the situation." For this one here, I'm gonna give this a special out of 50 for the dad. And for the mom, I kind of get the feeling that she does care, so I'm probably going to give her like a 20 out of 50, because she at least is trying to get some help, but I would probably recommend you maybe actually get some professional help, maybe for your husband so he stops doing this, and not on Facebook, my friend. And this next post here says, "Yes, this is kinda mild, but still made me go, ha." And this person here says, "Am I the a-hole? My son is 19 years old and has been sick with a cold. I come home from work tired, cold, and hungry. He's had all day to wash the floor, but decided now is the time. The reason he's washing the floor is because the dog hurt his foot, and as a result, I can't access the kitchen, and not only that, I'm apparently allergic to whatever he's using on the mop because I am having a sneezing fit." Hey, before you jump to that conclusion, maybe, depending on what your son's symptoms are, yeah, possibly also caught what he is having. Anyways, this person goes on to say,
I am annoyed and hungry and sitting in my room away from the cleaning.
Okay, look, if I was in the situation where I had a kid and they were sick, in all honesty, I would rather that they, rest and get better and then, have to clean a floor while they're sick. And also, another thing, I would rather be cold, tired, and hungry and, just coming off of work than have a, cold to deal with. And yeah, I'm gonna probably give this like a 35 out of 50. I mean, I get it, it's annoying, but still, I think your kid should probably be resting before they're, cleaning the floor. And this next post here says, found on Instagram, no other context. And this person here says,
the government has no idea my 2-year-old exists.
Okay. There are so many ways I could poke holes into that. Like, if, say, your child has a social security number, the government knows that they exist. If your child has a birth certificate, the government probably knows that they exist. If your government, is tracking the medical records, which they likely are, they probably know your 2-year-old exists. And, they probably might even know that based off of the fact that you posted it on Instagram of all places. I'm just gonna give this a 30 out of 50, because this is just plain dumb. I think with that, that's gonna do for today. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.